Barinowski from North Augusta, South Carolina. She's a freshman, marketing major, doing her speech on reversing generational trends. And I'm sorry, you're pre-business, not marketing. I skipped down. I'm also medicated. You need to know that. I should have told you that at the start.
my peers and myself